Game on 2FM.
With Gillette. Great performances begin with a comfortable, close shave from Gillette. Gillette, making men's lives just that little bit easier.
Game on 2FM.
Weekdays from 7.
And you're welcome back, 51552 for your text messages now. So France take on Ireland in Paris at the Stade de France this weekend in the first round of the Six Nations. And I'm delighted to say we have former France coach and former France international Philippe Saint-André on the line. Philippe, you're very welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Good to talk to you. So, big game this weekend. A lot of expectation in Ireland here. What's the mood like in France ahead of this game?
Well, to be honest, we are very exciting about this game. After we are not favorite because the Irish are third in the ERB. We are 9. I don't think so. We can go lower than this. A new coach, some new talent, some new young players, French players starting to play in the Super 14, in the top 14, and just we hope that we'll be proud of the French team this year, because it was some tough years for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, it has been. It's been very difficult, and I was looking back through some of your old footage earlier on when I knew you were coming on, and obviously that famous try you scored against New Zealand for the Test victory, and some of the brilliant players that have worn French jerseys over the years, and I'm talking about Serge Blanco, obviously, Philippe Sella, Cambrabero. I could go on, but the team that France is now is very different to when you were playing. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's true, exactly. It's very different, but I think the top 14 is a very successful business, but he was a killer for our French team. Too many overseas players. We didn't give game time to our young player and our French player, but we put few things in place for the last 6 months. Each club need to play with 14 players come from the academy, the GIF, the player issue of the formation française. We start to see some young players play in the club, like Jalibert, the fly half will start Saturday or Paris, and what is funny is when the French players play in the club, they start to be good. The problem, we didn't give them game time for the last 9 or 10 years. So I think we need to be patient. He will take time, but at least now the federation and the league start to take some good resolution for the French team.
Because it seems like there's so many multi-millionaire owners involved in the top 14 clubs now. Maura Bourgelal, you've got Toulon, obviously Racing, Montpellier, and they're very rich men with a vested interest in their own clubs, but that doesn't translate to the national team. When you were coach of the French team, Philippe, how did you find dealing with the clubs and with the owners? Was it difficult?
For me, it was difficult because there was no communication between the federation and the league and the president of the club. To be honest, we didn't have access to some club, and also it was a few years ago, but it was possible to be French champion with 15 overseas players on the team sheet, and I remember a final of the Heineken Cup between Toulon and Clermont-Ferrand, and Toulon won the title, and it was 2 French players on the starting 15. So it was good. It was a great result for the club, but he was a killer for the French team. So, but to be honest, we put some rules, but 6 months ago, I think we are 7 years late. But at least we did it. Also, the player now for the second time will have 8 weeks a block, or they will be just focused for the Six Nations. They will not go back to play during the 3 weeks, because it was the case with me.
Yeah.
For 4 years, twice we won the first 2 tests. And on the third game, when the guys are exhausted, knackered, and they were going back to play a big fight for the top 14. But at least now it's done. This team had 2 weeks to prepare against Ireland. After, of course, we are not favorite, we know it. But just I think that at least the system start to be better, and I think we will be back. Not sure this year, but I think the French team will be back in the next 2 years.
So how well do you know Jacques Brunel, the new France coach? You would have coached against him when obviously you were with France and he was coach of Italy. How well do you know him?
Yeah, I know him very well. It's a coach with a lot of experience. He was French champion with Perpignan also when I was coaching Toulon. We must not forget that he been the assistant coach of Bernard Laporte when Bernard Laporte was the manager of the French team during 7 years. Yeah. And after he had the experience with Italy, I think he picked a team with a player are in good form at the moment. A lot of young players. He picked guys fit, guys can run, because I think we need to be very fit if we want to cope against the intensity of the Irish team. But after, I think it's a new chapter, and we need to be patient. We need to give game to this new generation of players. They are new, they are skillful, they are confident, and after we need to stick with these guys.
And this guy, Jalibert, 19 years of age, in a very important position at fly half. I was thinking if Morgan Parra was fit to play, it would probably help Jalibert to settle in, and the experience that Morgan Parra would have at scrum half, but he's not playing. So it's an awful lot on the shoulders of a very young player.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, but I think it's for this, and he will pick Maxime Machonneau, the scrum half of Racing. He's a kicker. He had also experience because he have a lot of caps with the French team, and just to give a little bit more less pressure to this young fly half. But it's sure when this young fly half, 19, he will play against and in front of Sexton, one of the best fly half in the world at the moment. But for him, I think it's a fantastic opportunity. First, he's a talented player. He's skillful. He has a good vision. He has a very good kick. And also I will say we have no pressure. We don't win any games in the Six Nations for the last 6-7 years. Yeah. So just have a go, to have the smile on the face when he play, and just to show his talents and to be a good guide for the French team. And
maybe that's when France are at the most dangerous, when they can just unleash the shackles and not have too many worries. So you're involved in the Philippe Saint-André, the PSA Academies, Philippe. You're very much involved in this. What is the idea behind this?
The idea first is to build a leading high performance, with youth and children. We are based in Tignes, very successful. It will be the third year. Last year we have over 120 players, 8 different countries, and we do rugby, but we do language, we do a lot of fun, and after we expand. We have a camp in Kilkenny, Rugby Academy with Johnny Murphy and Johan Taylor. We'll open one very soon in America with a partner with a Premiership, and it's just for the young children to train like a professional. We have world class partners, so we use the cutting edge technology, and it's fantastic. And because also I am free, because I work for TV and radio, but for French TV and radio, SFR and RMC. But after I am free to be there and to be with these young players and to enjoy to develop the skills, the space, and also all the time with world-class coach, because I like to mix with English, Irish, South African coach, so to have a mix of all these different culture, and it's a fantastic experience for all these children, and we're looking forward for the third year in the row in Tignes, also it's a fantastic facility.
It is. If anybody wants to check it out, the website is psaacademies.com. As you say, there's one in Kilkenny as well, and plans for expansion, and a fantastic opportunity for young kids to learn under a brilliant former international, of course, and head coach Philippe. It's been great to talk to you. I would say best of luck this weekend, but I don't really mean it, so I just say enjoy it, okay?
I am sure we'll enjoy, and
yes.
The Six Nations is all the time great, and what is sure is the atmosphere will be amazing.
Fantastic. Bon chance. Merci beaucoup.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Right, thank you. Bye-bye. Philippe Saint-André there. Yeah, it's amazing to think that the French are coming into this, even in their own mindset, saying, oh, well, we're not favourites here, so let's just go out and see what happens. Like, this is France and Paris. This is the shift in the French national psyche in the last 15, 20 years. I find it still amazing.
And I think it shows you as well the shift in how far Ireland have come as well, Hugh.
Yeah.
The fact that they're going over there as
we're going to win the
favourites.
Six Nations, mark my words.
I was just going to ask you, are you excited about it?
Yeah, this is the best Ireland squad we've ever had.
Yeah, it's amazing the job that Joe Schmidt has done, and you look at the players like obviously the great player that Philippe was, and he's picking out Sexton and one of the best in the world that we have on our doorstep.
Yeah,
like it's amazing really the job and the strength and depth. Like they're talking about Leinster having 2 and 3 teams nearly.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Okay, we are going to we'll take a quick break. Yeah, we'll take a very quick break.
It's the sound of the nation.
That's right. This is 2FM.